Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 4 kiddos. And in today's video, I just wanted to share with you guys a few of my favorite things that have been really useful and helpful to me, or in this case, a kiddo of mine, while we are here in the RV. These are all homeschool related and things that we had to pick up very inexpensively to still let our homeschool work in the way that it should. So there is not a whole lot here, but if you are in a situation to where you're moving or you're traveling for, you know, a long amount of time or something like that, and you need something, some of these smaller versions or inexpensive versions of some of these things, I just wanted to share, and hopefully this is helpful to one of you guys or some of you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is this set that I got, or my husband actually picked up for me, and I think he just got this at Walmart. It's by Swingline, but what's really been convenient about this is the size. It's really easy to put up. It's still like kind of heavy duty and it's my stapler here. So this is really small and compact, but it can still staple a ton of papers at once. It's still pretty like heavy duty and functions like my bigger stapler that I have already, that's just still packed away. And like I said, it is the Swingline. It is a Swingline brand. So if you are in the market for a small stapler because you are traveling long term and you need to take some office supplies with you, or maybe like, you know, you want to have a travel one because you go and do school at the park or at the library or something like that, whatever the reason may be, if you're in a situation to where you need a heavy duty stapler but you don't want it to take up a lot of size, this is a great one. What was really nice about this set, especially for me being in a camper right now, is that the staples came in this package here. And it is a really nice, again, strong package. It's all plastic and it clips. So a lot of times whenever I buy staples, they come in like a box and the box just gets torn apart or whatever, or staples fall out, or, you know, just it gets messed up. So this has been really convenient, and I know it's just staples and a stapler, but seriously, in the situation that we're currently in, where I don't have all of my regular office supplies and I needed something compact, these have been amazing. And I'm not sure how much he spent, but it was well worth the money. So if you're looking for this, I will try to find it on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure he picked it up at Walmart. The other thing that I have to show you is this hole punch. So I thought that I had kept out my hole punch and kept it in my morning time crate, but we looked everywhere for it, and it must have gotten packed, because when I finally needed it, it was nowhere to be found. So I picked up this one. This was super inexpensive on Amazon. It's actually a little bit smaller than the one that I currently have that's packed away. But again, it works perfectly fine. It can do quite a few papers at once. I haven't had any issues with it, even though it's inexpensive. I'm not hole punching any of my papers, not hole punching as many as I was trying to do at one time. So for the size and the money, again, another purchase. So if you're just looking to pick up a new hole punch, or again, if you need one that you can easily travel with, or you need one and you want one super inexpensively, this is a really good one for you. This is the Bostic brand, or Bostitch brand there. So really super convenient, and loving this for our time here in the camper. The other office supply, I mean, and most of this stuff, guys, is office supplies, because that's just really what's been super handy for me here in this camper. So the other thing that I have, and I've talked about these before, like this ginormous pack of paper clips, but these have just been in, like, these came in handy before I got the stapler, because I was able to just clip things together. And honestly, I've been clipping things together more than just printouts or papers or anything like that. These have come in handy, especially the bigger ones with lots of things around here that I've needed to do. So like some stuff with gardening, some stuff with like well, we've also used a big one on like rice bags and chip bags to hold them together. So yeah, these paper clips have really come in handy. The other thing is something super simple, but it's just some simple tape. This is leftover gift wrap tape that I've been using around here, but but we don't like, the refrigerator that's in here is not magnetized. So even though we have some magnets, nothing can stick up there. So this has come in handy to tape up our vocabulary wall for our science unit. During Christmas time, we taped up some of our, from what we didn't do our whole during Christmas time, we didn't do our whole Christmas unit like I'd hoped because we had gotten really sick. But when the parts that we did do, we were able to tape up onto the wall in the refrigerator, the pantry area, our hymns and our memory verses and catechisms and things like that. So we're going into Easter here pretty soon, and unfortunately we're not going to be in our house by the end of March like I had hoped. So we'll probably still be in the camper for Easter, and we are doing an Easter unit from Gentle and Classical curriculum. So I know that there's going to be things that need to be put on the wall, and tape's going to be my BFF to get that done. So the other thing that randomly came into handy, and this was something because I needed to laminate for, I think I needed to laminate something for CC initially, and then there were things that were popping up that I needed to laminate for my kiddos. So obviously my laminator's packed up. I didn't keep out my laminator or my laminating sheets, so I got on Amazon to see if I could find some of the self-laminating sheets, and I found these really big ones. So when I looked at the store, I checked at Walmart, and they just had some that were like real, like small rectangles. So your Walmart might have some that are full sheets, but I was able to find mine on Amazon, and these things have been amazing. 100% laminating lifesavers. For what you get, the cost is high when I consider like how many actual laminating sheets I use in a laminator, because when you're laminating with these sheets, you do have to use 2 of them if you're laminating a full page. But if you're laminating like something that's a half page, or maybe some smaller cards, you can just fold it up and only use 1 sheet. So you go through these a little bit quicker, but you know, because I really didn't have another option, I didn't want to buy a whole separate laminator when I know eventually I'm going to get mine unpacked. This was it was an inexpensive, doable option, because there's not that much that I need to laminate, but I have gone through quite a bit, so it's also not a waste of money. And then the last office supply that I have to show you guys, I really needed to print stuff off. We were kind of getting backed up with things that needed to be printed for certain parts of my kiddos' curriculum, and then I do printables as a CC tutor. I do the printables, and I print those up to put on my wall rather than taking in a board. So as soon as CC started back up, I couldn't go without a printer any longer. I know I could have probably gone to Office Depot or something like that and had things printed off, but I just wanted to be able to print things off here at home. So we did our best to find an inexpensive printer that could get us through until we could unpack our eco tank. So the printer that we went with is this, it's a Canon Pixma MG252 or 2522, and this is what that looks like. So I just keep it in the box, and I keep the paper here in the box as well. But this has been, again, another lifesaver. It was super inexpensive. I think it was like $40 at Walmart. So super inexpensive, and it's something that whenever we do get into the house, because my husband's office is going to be separate from the house, it'll be inconvenient for him to use the eco tank. So this is something that he can print up to his work computer and print off whatever he needs to print off, and it only costed us $40. The other thing, let's see if I can find it really quickly. So I have a MacBook Air. So these USBs do not connect to my laptop. So in order for this printer to work, I had to find an adapter, and this is something else that I got off Amazon. you connect the USB port to here, and then I can connect it to my laptop. So this again is a favorite simply because it made my printer usable with my own computer versus me having to send things from my computer, emailing them to my husband to his computer so that he can plug it into his and print it off, because he has a Dell for work. So that's how we were printing things off originally. But once I got this adapter, I was able to print things off myself from my own computer. And then last but not least, a favorite of mine and my daughter's recently have been these math cards from Lagoon the Beautiful. So I have the Anteater edition and the Snowy Owl subtraction. We have another favorite that I didn't bring over here that we've been using for math, because we got to a point in her Good and the Beautiful math level 2 where she really needs her manipulatives, and unfortunately, even though I tried my best to not have those get packed up, I'm pretty sure one of my kiddos packed them away. So we don't have her manipulative set. So as she was getting further and further into the curriculum, it got to a point to where I just didn't have anything to, I didn't have anything without making other purchases that were not quite inexpensive, of like clocks and other little things. So we don't have her manipulative kit, so doing some quick fun math with her with these cards, you know, just getting some practice in, making, you know, helping out with math facts. These have been really helpful. And then we've also been doing the Practice Makes Perfect math book. It's the level 2, I believe. I will link that down below because I don't have it with me right now. It's over in her container, and they're back there working right now. So it's from Master Books. It's the Practice Makes Perfect, I think it's called. And it's just a small book. It's not the full curriculum. It's just the additional practice worksheets. So she's kind of just working through that right now, along with doing these, until I can find the box that has her manipulatives and pull that out, and then we'll get right back into her Good and the Beautiful math, because she absolutely loves it. She is loving that math. And then one last thing that I'll mention, a little honorable mention, actually two, for making homeschool function in this camper are crates, like milk crates that you can just buy at Walmart for like $2 to $4. We have two of them. We have one that has all of our read alouds and personal readers in it, and then we have another one that has all of our morning time resource books and like our scripture from September and Co. And then our science unit, it houses all of that stuff in there. Those crates have been extremely handy because we can just pull those out from under the bunk bed and get what we need out of them. And then last but not least, we would not be able to homeschool with any sort of organization or function properly without my kiddos' homeschool containers. So I will link to the homeschool organization video that we did, or maybe even one of their curriculum videos, so that you guys can see what container I'm talking about. Again, my kids are back there doing work and they use them. So this is why they're really helpful and functional. My kids use them to store their pencil boxes as well as all of their curriculum. But while they're working, they can put the lid on their container, and it's like a table for them. So they're back there working on those, but those things have been incredibly useful in this camper. They're useful in the house and they're useful in the camper. So if you're looking for a way to store your kiddos' curriculum easily, I highly, highly recommend those. We bought them before our first year homeschooling. This is our second year and they're still holding up pretty strong. So those are all of the favorites that I have right now that I wanted to share with you guys that are helping us homeschool a little bit easier and be a little bit more organized and actually functional while we're in this camper. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit the like. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!